for luck.
Welcome to another episode of 50 Insane Details. It's not a detail or an Easter egg unless it's insane. Today we're taking a look at the new LEGO Star Wars Halloween special, LEGO Star Wars Terrifying Tales, the creepiest LEGO Star Wars movie ever, in which this guy prepares a bath for Darth Vader. Lots of hidden references in this. Let's do it. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. So recently, especially with the release of LEGO Star Wars Battles, I've been getting more and more into mobile games, but I don't have a lot of free time to play, making a lot of videos. But then the guys behind Idle Firefighter reached out to me and I was like, what? This is a game you can play without even needing to play? Wait, what? How does that work? Well, basically you're able to progress in the game while it's idle. These are my boys. Oh crap, what's that? There's a fire. So off they go to put out the fire and bring in some cash for the fire station. And they keep doing this even while I'm not playing the game, keeping the city safe while I sleep. Well done, boys. You keep earning in-game cash as time goes by, allowing you to upgrade your station, hire more firefighters, and keep this place safe. The latest update adds ambulances to help fight emergencies, along with a new live ops feature allowing players to compete in weekly in-game events and continue improving your fire stations, meaning more staff and more money. The game is completely free to download. I'm really enjoying this, would really recommend. So go download the game using the link in the description, and thanks to Idle Firefighter for sponsoring this video. Terrifying Tales begins on Mustafar at Vader's castle, and this room in which Vader basks in the glory of his new castle might look familiar. It's the same room where he gazed out the window alongside director Krennic before reminding the director to not choke on his aspirations. You'll notice the window is the same shape. Vader and Palps then meet Vinay, the creepy castle caretaker, but in LEGO form he's not really that recognizable. He's this guy here from Rogue One, the same guy who prepares Darth Vader's bath. You remember the scene from Rogue One? Vader dramatically walks out to meet Krennic. All that steam is from his bath. What did you think? They had smoke machines installed? Vader was like, yeah, put in the smoke machines. I need dramatic entrances are a real thing for me. I need to keep that happening. No, he was just taking a soak. Steam everywhere. Anyway, the bath in Rogue One is more blue-white, whereas in LEGO, it's pink. He added one of those, you know how when you have a bubble bath, you can put in one of those colored things? That's what he was doing here. That's what Vinay's prepared. Many years later, Poe Dameron is being chased by a bunch of First Order TIE fighters, although there's a problem. These aren't First Order TIE pilots. They look like these. These are just regular old Imperial TIE pilots. Not sure if this is an error on LEGO or Lucasfilm's part, or if this is intentional for some reason. Maybe they're Imperial remnants, you build your own headcanon and we go with that. Even though Poe easily took out the TIE fighters, his X-Wing got hit in the process, and here, if you listen very carefully, you can hear a familiar sound.
Don't be such a worry wampa. Got it.
This is the same sound effect from Battlefront 2 when your fighter is low on health.
Don't be such a worry wampa.
As Poe heads towards Mustafar for a crash landing, another planet can be seen behind Mustafar. This planet is known as Jestafard, which was also seen in Revenge of the Sith. It's one of 3 planets in the Mustafar system, the other being Lafrani, and there's also the oceanic moon Nur, where you face Vader at the end of Jedi Fallen Order. Calculator Kestis freaking out because he's about to get killed. Down on the planet's surface, you might have noticed the trees, but wait, hold up. Mustafar doesn't have trees, it's a lava planet. Well, you know that scene at the start of The Rise of Skywalker where Kylo's going nuts with the lightsaber? This is actually Mustafar, and he comes here to retrieve a Sith holocron, similar to the holocron we see later in this special. So why does Mustafar have trees? Well, it's healing after what happened in the Vader Immortal VR series. So Poe and BB-8 make their way to Vader's fortress, and this Aurebesh reads Castle Vader on the front, and they meet Graballa the Hutt, who's from the LEGO Freemaker Adventure series. He also has 2 henchmen who are Iktochi, the same species as Jedi Master CC Tin, who was the second Jedi to be stabbed by Palpatine. Now, to help build Castle Vader, the galaxy's first Sith-inspired hotel, Graballa has employed a bunch of Clone Wars-era B-1 battle droids. You can see a bunch of them working. This one here appears to be on his lunch break, just sitting, similar to the battle droids in the secret LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga room. And there's also a lot of Imperial equipment here. There's an AT-ST and AT-AT, both of which I'm assuming are being driven by battle droids. They've brought them back. After everyone enters the castle and we see all the troopers, there's a battle droid in the background which appears to be sleepwalking. What's this guy doing? So this Vader animatronic that greets everyone in the lobby of the hotel and repeatedly smacks Grabala over the head with his lightsaber, too bad it wasn't a real lightsaber, is very similar to the animatronics at the Disney theme parks. Although I've never seen one of those malfunctioning and smacking a Hutt over the head with a lightsaber.
I'll show you a dark side.
And Vader points us towards the Empire Emporium, the hotel gift shop where we can see a bunch of merch for sale. There are Vader statues, toys, busts, Vader dress-up costumes, Imperial officer caps, lightsabers, Vader helmets, mini Death Stars, and a few other smaller items. And then we meet Dean, and we learn he's from the planet Arcanus, which is the homeworld of General Hux. So Poe meets Vinay, who shows Poe the helmet of Ren. Vinay says the helmet belonged to the one who helped create Kylo Ren. That's this guy here, Ren. And he first appeared in the Rise of Kylo Ren comic series. They look pretty much the same, don't they? Lego and the comic. I like they've done the stubble. Now, the entire Ben Solo Kylo Ren story we get in Terrifying Tales is actually a parody of the 1987 cult film The Lost Boys. Look here, the title card is even the same. This is The Lost Boys, and this is The Lost Boy. That's why it also has that 1980s VHS style effect. This here is Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy, which we first saw in The Last Jedi. It looks pretty much exactly the same. Same point of view and everything, except daytime and nighttime. The Knights of Ren then make their entrance in their ship, this one here, which is called the Night Buzzard. And this ship is actually a real Lego set you can buy. And it also appeared in The Rise of Skywalker. All standing on the mountain. During Ben Solo's dream, Han Solo walks in and says,
We're doing dream sequences now?
I think this could be a reference to Han's appearance in The Rise of Skywalker, where he somehow just shows up as a vision on Kef Bir. This scene here is also pretty dark, seeing as though these are all the Padawans Kylo ends up killing when he and the Knights of Ren destroy Luke's academy. Just thought that was worth mentioning. All these dudes are, I mean, they're already kind of ghosts here, aren't they? But they're all going to be killed. So there are a bunch of references to the Lost Boys in this, like hanging from underneath the bridge. This was in the film. They did this as a rite of passage into the gang, and then falling into the mist below. Also, Figrin D'an without his shirt on playing the sax. This is a direct reference to this party from the film. This guy here playing pretty much the same note and song also. It's the same. So Kylo ends up killing Ren by crushing him under a bunch of rocks. He comments on rock stacking, just like Yoda taught Luke, and Ben was being a pro at while all the other Padawans were total noobs. But Ren's death was different to what happened in the comics, in which he was stabbed by Kylo. Luke comes out of the academy and says,
Ben!
Which is really similar to how Luke said this.
Ben Kenobi?
And then also this.
Ben?
As the gang head deeper into the castle, here you can see a Phase 1 clone trooper helmet on the shelf. Look at the mouse droid! There's a little mouse droid, cool. Alright, then we get this epic room, which is like a lightsaber museum. Look at all the lightsabers! But the one we're interested in is the Saber of Skardont, an ancient Sith lightsaber which makes the users go mad, as Palpatine puts it. In case you're wondering, Skardont is a new location. As far as I know, it's never been mentioned before in Star Wars. Palpatine tells Grievous to locate the saber on the 6th moon of the Skardont system. During the dueling monstrosities, this scene of Maul being given legs by Mother Talzin and the Night Sisters is very similar to the scene from the Clone Wars, although the real legs given to Maul by Mother Talzin in the Clone Wars are similar to the ones he tries on first, which completely fail. He falls on his face. So instead, they try other legs, an Imperial probe droid, and the body of BB-9E. But Maul eventually ends up with the spider legs, which are like the ones he built for himself just after being sliced in half by Obi-Wan on Naboo. He held these together using the Force, as far as I know. So it's a little different to what happens in the Clone Wars and everything. This droid that's turning Grievous into a cyborg is EVA-4D, a medical droid owned by Grievous, seen in the Clone Wars episode Lair of Grievous in Season 1. Now, on the 6th moon of Skardont, Grievous is fighting a bunch of creatures to get the lightsaber. To me, these look like they could be Gundarks. The Saber of Skardont's ignition sound is literally a scream. Now, I just need to mention the trash talking in the Darth Maul vs General Grievous fight is like nothing else. It begins with Grievous saying, "Too bad the saber can't be split in half, unlike you." Maul boasts about having the Force, Force spin, Force leap, then we get the tickling.
better.
General Grievous gets something caught in his throat. Force flip. Maul gets cut in half again. Then Grievous is all like, a half Sith is no match for me. Dude, savage. Then Maul remembers he has the Force. What is he messing around here for? It appears you are unarmed. Don't have a leg to stand on. Grievous still coughing. Perhaps you need
The cough.
Man, what incredible sledging. Grievous' medical droid says he'll warm up the oil bath. You might remember C-3PO taking an oil bath in A New Hope. While waiting, Palpatine is using the Force to play with one of his royal guards. He's like spinning him in the air. Then when Maul arrives, he just drops him. This here is the first temple of Mustafar. Vader's fortress was actually built on top of this because Sidious knew about this place. The throne in here also looks kind of similar to the one in Rise of Skywalker, right? Palp's chair, you know? He likes his chairs, likes sitting in a chair staring out the window. Then we get the Wookiee's paw, and this title card is made to look like the one from the Twilight Zone. Luke is drinking blue milk, just like he is in the Skywalker Saga trailer. On Tatooine, we can see an Imperial light cruiser in the sky, which is similar to the one used by Moff Gideon. Also, dog droid! Confirmed, there it is, yes. And as Luke is complaining about how he never ggets what he wants, all that, a group of Jawas actually steal his land speeder right before he talks to Watto. Can't believe Watto sells him, or gives him the Wookiee's paw. That's hilarious, Watto's here. Luke hitting his head on this door is obviously a reference to this clumsy bucket head. Poor dude, can't see a thing in this helmet. This Imperial says,
He looks too short to be a stormtrooper anyway.
this is what Leia said to Luke when he came to rescue her from the prison cell on the Death Star.
A little short for a stormtrooper.
I'm sure you probably all noticed this, but I just have to mention it. Luke running through the Death Star halls with Vader on his back instead of training with Yoda on his back on Dagobah. I love how it's all playing out the same. Luke's training is identical. And the Leia kiss.
For luck.
Good luck.
Even the music here is the same as A New Hope. Brilliant. Man, what a scene. During the Death Star sequence, Obi-Wan says this.
I'm hit. I can't stay with you.
This is what Wedge says in A New Hope during the trench run.
I'm hit. I can't stay with you.
So Obi-Wan has replaced Wedge, and then Leia says what Luke says.
Get clear, Obi-Wan. You can't do any more good back there.
Get clear, Wedge. You can't do any more good back there.
Okay, so once all the battle droids go possessed, Grabala is hiding from them in the bathroom, and this droid breaks through the door, which I think is the only wooden thing in the entire castle just for this.
B14961138.
This is a reference to Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Here's Johnny!
Also, there's a rubber ducky next to the toilet as Grabala exits, and I have one question. Did Grabala use the bathroom while he was in here? Does this place stink? Vinay's death is a parody of Gollum's death in Lord of the Rings. Gollum falling while holding the ring, and then Vinay falling while diving after the Sith holocron. And then both of them melting into the lava. Although I'm not sure Vinay actually died. And number 51, I want to ask you guys, did you notice any details or Easter eggs I missed? Let me know in the comments. For lots more LEGO Star Wars, you can go check out the Clips channel, daily clips over there. Memes, Easter eggs, everything. And for more LEGO Star Wars, you can also watch one of these and come follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and join my Discord for the latest LEGO Star Wars gaming news and everything else. And thanks for watching this. My name's Andrew. I'll catch you soon.
Stay bombastic.